Picture this. You're running late for a meeting. Again. Your boss already sent 3 texts asking where you are. You sprint into your office building, mash the elevator button. The doors open. You step inside. Hit floor 32. The doors close. The elevator starts moving up. Floor 5. Floor 10. Floor 15. Then it stops. Between floors. The lights flicker. You hear a grinding sound. Metal scraping metal. The elevator car shudders. You hit the emergency button. Nothing. You try the door open button. Nothing. You pull out your phone. No signal. Of course, no signal. You look up. There's a ceiling hatch. You've seen this in movies. People climb out through the ceiling, climb up the cables, save themselves. So you push up the hatch, climb onto the roof of the elevator car. And then the elevator starts moving again. Oh, hey there. You know those statistics that say elevators are safer than stairs? They're absolutely right. You're more likely to die falling downstairs than in an elevator. But when elevators do kill people, they don't just kill them. They absolutely obliterate them. Let's find out what it feels like when an elevator becomes a crushing machine. Before we get into the horrifying physics of what just happened to your body, let's talk about why you never should have climbed out of that elevator. Because this is where most people fundamentally misunderstand elevators. Elevators are not death traps. They're actually incredibly safe. Multiple redundant safety systems, emergency brakes, backup cables, sensors everywhere. But all those safety systems assume you're inside the elevator car. Not on top of it, not between floors, not trying to squeeze through partially open doors. The second you leave the car, you're in the most dangerous industrial space imaginable. Cables under thousands of pounds of tension, counterweights weighing tons, machinery that will crush you without even noticing. Elevator deaths per year in the US, about 30. Sounds low, right? It is, out of 18 billion elevator trips annually. But here's the breakdown. Elevator mechanics and technicians, 50% of deaths. People trying to exit or enter malfunctioning elevators, 25% of deaths. People trying to force open doors, 15% of deaths. People attempting to climb out, 10% of deaths. Notice a pattern. Almost all elevator deaths happen when people try to fix the situation themselves. Scenario 1, the crushing, what you just did. You're standing on top of the elevator car. You climbed out through the ceiling hatch because you watched too many movies where that works. The elevator suddenly starts moving. Maybe a technician remotely reactivated it. Maybe the system reset. Maybe it was just a glitch that resolved itself. Doesn't matter. You're on top of a multi-ton metal box that's now moving upward in a concrete shaft. 0.5 seconds. You realize the elevator is moving. Your brain registers danger. You look up, the shaft ceiling is approaching, fast. Your instinct is to duck, to crouch down, to make yourself small. But the elevator car is 8 feet tall. The shaft clearance at the top is 3 feet. You're 6 feet tall. The math doesn't work. 1 second, the top of the elevator car reaches the upper machinery space. There's less room now. You're crouching, pressing yourself as flat as possible against the roof of the car. The ceiling of the shaft is right above you, getting closer. You can reach up and touch it. You try to scream. Maybe someone will hear. Maybe someone will stop the elevator. Nobody hears. The elevator doesn't stop. 0.5 seconds. First contact. Your head hits the concrete ceiling of the shaft, but the elevator doesn't stop. It keeps moving. You're not hitting a stationary object. You're being pressed between 2 surfaces, both applying force. From below, the elevator car pushing up with thousands of pounds of force. From above, the immovable concrete shaft ceiling. In the middle, you. Your skull doesn't shatter. Not at first. It compresses. The bones of your skull are actually slightly flexible. They can deform a bit before they break. But this isn't a bit of pressure. This is tons of force. Your skull compresses, cracks form. Your brain is squeezed inside your skull like toothpaste in a tube. The pressure is instant and catastrophic. Your neurons responsible for consciousness are being physically destroyed. 2 seconds. full compression. Your head is now fully compressed between the elevator and the shaft ceiling. Your skull has shattered. Your brain has been liquefied by the pressure. But the elevator keeps moving because to the elevator, you're just resistance, a slight increase in friction. The motors compensate automatically. Your neck is next. The cervical spine, 7 vertebrae that hold up your head. They compress like a spring. But they're not meant to compress like this. They fracture. Your spinal cord severs. Your shoulders hit the ceiling. Your rib cage. Your entire upper body is being crushed. The pressure is so intense that your internal organs rupture. Your lungs collapse. Your heart is compressed until it can't beat. Blood and other fluids are forced out of your body through any opening available. Your mouth, your nose, your ears. You're being squeezed like a tube of toothpaste. 3 seconds, complete crushing. If the elevator continues to move, your entire body can be crushed, upper body completely flattened. The human body is mostly water. Under this kind of pressure, you're basically liquid. The elevator eventually stops, either because it reached its destination or because the safety systems finally registered the increased resistance and shut it down. But by then, you're not a body anymore. You're a compressed mass of tissue, bone fragments, and fluids smeared between the elevator car and the shaft ceiling. What did you actually feel? Let's rewind and talk about your final 2 seconds of consciousness. You're on top of the elevator. It starts moving. You realize instantly that you've made a catastrophic mistake. You look up, the ceiling is approaching. Your brain calculates distance, speed, time. You have maybe 1 second. Pure terror floods your system. This is it. This is how you die. Crushed in an elevator shaft because you tried to save 20 minutes by climbing out instead of waiting for help. You try to duck, try to make yourself smaller. Your hands are above your head, pushing against the ceiling, trying to stop the inevitable. And then it hits. Not your head hitting the ceiling hitting your head. Instant pain, pressure, the worst headache imaginable multiplied by 1,000. Your skull is cracking. You can hear it inside your own head, like ice breaking. And then, nothing. Your brain stopped working. The neurons that create consciousness, they're gone, destroyed. You don't feel the rest. You're not there for the crushing of your torso, the rupturing of your organs, the squeezing of your body into paste. You got maybe 1 full second of conscious horror, then darkness. Small mercy. Scenario 2. The door crush. Different scenario. You're in an elevator. It gets stuck. The doors are partially open. You can see the floor. It's right there, maybe 6 inches above the elevator floor. You could just step out. So you do. You put your hands on the edge of the floor, pull yourself up. You're halfway out, legs still in the elevator, upper body on the floor. And then the elevator starts moving. Down. Your body is now the only thing between the elevator car and the building floor above it. The elevator is trying to descend. The floor is immovable. You're in between. This is called a guillotine scenario because that's essentially what it is. The force applied is similar to the crushing scenario, thousands of pounds, but now it's across your midsection. Your spine severs, your internal organs are compressed and ruptured, your body is being cut in half. The human body is surprisingly tough. You don't just split immediately. There's resistance. Skin, muscle, bone, they all take force to separate. So you're conscious for this. For a few seconds you feel it. The crushing pressure, the separation, your body being torn apart. Your upper half is on the floor. Your lower half is in the elevator. And somewhere in the middle is catastrophic damage. You probably don't survive more than 10-20 seconds. Blood loss is massive. Your severed spinal cord means no signals from your brain to anything below the cut. But those 10-20 seconds, those are the longest seconds of your life. Scenario 3. The empty shaft. Final scenario. You call an elevator. The doors open, you step forward, but there's no elevator, just an empty shaft. This happened in China. Woman on her phone, doors opened, she stepped forward without looking, fell 30 stories. The fall itself, that's just a setup. The death comes at the bottom. Terminal velocity for a human falling is about 120 miles per hour. You'll reach that in about 12 seconds of freefall. From 30 stories, you're probably hitting around 60-80 miles per hour. When you hit the bottom of the shaft, every bone in your body shatters simultaneously. Your skull fractures, your spinal compresses and shatters, your rib cage collapses inward, crushing your heart and lungs. Your internal organs experience massive deceleration trauma. They essentially rupture from the force. Death is instant, or close enough that it doesn't matter. The physics are similar to jumping off a building. The elevator shaft doesn't make it worse, just more confined. Real cases. These aren't hypothetical scenarios. These are real ways people have died. Case 1. Manhattan Office Building 2019. Man exiting elevator on 40th floor. Elevator malfunctioned, started descending while he was halfway out. Body severed at waist. Bled out in minutes. Witnesses traumatized. Case 2. Houston Apartment Complex 2018. Maintenance technician working on elevator. Safety protocols allegedly ignored. Elevator activated while he was in the shaft. Crushed between car and wall. Body retrieved hours later. Case 3. Shanghai Shopping Mall 2015. Woman stepped into empty elevator shaft. Doors opened, but car wasn't there. Fell 6 floors. Survived initially, died from injuries hours later. Why do elevators kill people? Here's the thing. Elevators don't kill people. People kill themselves by not understanding elevators. Every death scenario involves someone doing something they shouldn't. Climbing out of a stuck elevator, forcing doors open, stepping without looking, trying to exit a malfunctioning elevator, attempting DIY rescue. The elevator is doing what elevators do, moving up and down. The problem is the human who put themselves in the wrong place. The myths. Myth 1. Elevator cables snap and you fall to your death. Reality, modern elevators have 4 to 8 steel cables. Each cable can hold the entire weight of the elevator by itself. All cables would need to snap simultaneously. That's basically impossible. Plus, elevators have emergency brakes. If the elevator exceeds normal speed by 25%, automatic brakes engage. They grip the guide rails and stop the car. Free-falling elevators are Hollywood fiction. Myth 2. You can jump right before impact to survive a falling elevator. Reality, physics doesn't work that way. You're moving at the same speed as the elevator. Jumping gives you maybe 10 miles per hour of upward velocity. The elevator is falling at 60 plus miles per hour. You still hit the ground at 50 plus miles per hour. You die, just with slightly bent knees. Myth 3. Lying flat in a falling elevator improves survival odds. Reality, marginally. Spreading the impact force across more surface area might reduce specific injury, but you're still experiencing massive deceleration. Your internal organs still slam into your ribcage. Survival odds go from 0.1% to maybe 0.2%, still basically zero. How to not die in an elevator. Revolutionary guide. Here's how to not get crushed, severed, or splattered by an elevator. And this is the easiest survival guide I've ever given. Step 1. If the elevator gets stuck, stay inside the car. That's it. That's the entire guide. But since people are stubborn, step 2, push the alarm button. Call for help. Wait. Elevators are not airtight. You won't suffocate. You have plenty of air. You're not going to die waiting for help. Step 3, don't try to force the doors open. Don't try to squeeze through partial openings. Don't climb through the ceiling hatch. Step 4, if the doors are stuck open and you can see you're between floors, do not try to climb out. The elevator could move at any moment. Step 5, when elevator doors open, look before you step. Make sure there's actually an elevator car there. Step 6, if someone else is stuck in an elevator, don't try to rescue them. Call professionals. They have tools and training. You have good intentions and zero expertise. That's the guide. Stay in the car, wait for help. Don't be creative. The elevator technician's perspective. Let's talk about the person who has to deal with your crushed body. The elevator technician gets the call. Elevator 4 is stuck. Someone climbed out. We think something happened. They arrive, they see blood dripping from the shaft. They know. They have to shut down the elevator, retrieve what's left of you, clean the shaft, file the incident report. They've seen this before. Most elevator technicians have, because people keep doing the same stupid things. They didn't cause your death. You did, by ignoring every safety protocol, by assuming you knew better than the engineers who designed these systems. But they're the ones who have to see it, have to clean it, have to tell your family. So when you think about climbing out of a stuck elevator, think about the technician who's going to have to hose your remains out of the shaft. The statistics. About 30 people die in elevator-related incidents annually in the US, out of 18 billion elevator trips. That's a 0.0000017% chance of dying. You're literally more likely to die falling downstairs, 1,600 deaths per year, die choking on food, 5,000 deaths per year, die from a lightning strike, 20 deaths per year, but far fewer opportunities. Elevators are safe, unless you do something monumentally stupid. Then they become death machines. The aftermath. Emergency services arrive. They shut down the elevator. They extract your body, or what's left of it. If you were crushed, you're not a body anymore. You're a compressed mass that has to be scraped off surfaces. If you were severed, you're in two pieces. Both pieces get bagged separately. If you fell, you're relatively intact, just every bone shattered and internal organs ruptured. An investigation happens, security footage reviewed, maintenance records checked, witnesses interviewed. The footage shows you climbing through the ceiling hatch, or forcing the doors, or stepping without looking. Cause of death: accidental. Operator error. Your error. Your family sues the building, the elevator company, someone. They usually lose, because you did exactly what all the warning signs told you not to do. The saddest part. You know what the saddest part is? If you'd just stayed in the elevator and waited, help would have arrived in 20-30 minutes. The fire department has tools to safely extract people from stuck elevators. You'd have missed your meeting, your boss would have been annoyed, you'd have an embarrassing story about getting stuck in an elevator. Instead, you're dead, crushed, severed, or splattered, because you were impatient. Your meeting got rescheduled. Your boss hired someone else. Life went on without you. All because you couldn't wait 30 minutes. So, there you have it. Elevator crushing. Multiple scenarios. All preventable, all the result of people thinking they're smarter than elevator safety systems. Elevators are safe. Humans are stupid. That's the real danger. If this video taught you to stay inside a stuck elevator instead of playing action hero, hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell, because apparently common sense needs a reminder notification. Welcome to the Mr. Afterlife community, where we learn how not to die by watching other people make fatal mistakes. It's like a public service, but with more dark humor and fewer lawsuits. Drop a comment telling me what death you want explained next. And please tell me it's not what it feels like to ignore elevator safety. We just covered that. Spoiler, it feels like getting squeezed through a pasta maker. Oh, and to whoever's currently stuck in an elevator reading this on your phone, put the phone down, push the alarm button, stay in the car, call for help, wait. You'll be fine. I promise the fire department will rescue you faster than you can finish watching this video, and you'll survive with all your body parts in their original locations. Don't be a statistic. Don't be the person who gets scraped out of an elevator shaft because you couldn't wait 30 minutes. The elevator's not going to crush you, but your impatience might. Stay safe, stay smart, and for the love of everything, stay inside the damn elevator. This is Mr. Afterlife, reminding you that death is permanent, but stupidity is optional.